everyone, it's Dwellis, Kiwi Scrapper in New Zealand, and I'm here today to share a challenge with you, to let you know the details of it and to share the items that I've made for it, and to encourage you to pop on over to this channel, check out the challenge video and maybe have a go yourself. And I just stuck these, I've been making some stick pins because I've made a lace album, and I'm almost finished another lace album for myself and other little projects, and I just wanted to chill out with some pretty quick stuff. So I made these yesterday afternoon. Some of these will be going in a swap, but yeah, I thought they were pretty. Anyway, right, so this challenge, there it is. Sorry, this is so rough. I was holding something in the other hand. It was a squirming dog actually when I wrote this out. So, a small squirming dog. This challenge is for Crafty Irene, and that's Irene, and it's her 500 Subbie giveaway challenge. And the challenge is closing sometime in March, and I think it's towards the end of March. So, but check out her giveaway challenge video on her channel, just to make sure of that, and also so that you can see what you need to make. Now there were 5 items. Oh, hold on, I'll put this back here again. Look at that. There are 5 items that that needed to be made in this challenge. One was an altered domino, one was an altered paper bag, one was an altered cork, one was that you made up a tile and altered it, or you used an existing tile maybe and altered it, and it was a small, very small tile. And the other was that you altered a ticket, and you could either make up your own ticket or use, some of the tickets existing that people get already printed up, or improvise. I had to do a lot of improvising because I couldn't exactly get the it was a number 4 paper bag, and she did give the measurements. I think it was 5 across by 10 up, but I couldn't find a paper bag that was suitable for this project in that size, so I had to go with one that was slightly bigger, which is 6 by 10 and a half. Once it's all, yeah, that's it. The other thing was that I altered the bag, and I think a couple of other people may have altered bags in the same way that I did, and then it was explained that the altered bag was meant to be altered as a card. So I've adapted it to add a pocket at the back, but I actually couldn't adapt it any further than that, so hopefully it'll be okay, Irene, because I'd already finished making it by the time I realised or understood that. Okay, so anyway, without further ado, we'll just go into it. Right, so here's my altered bag for you, Irene. And as I say, I guess if I'd been doing it as a card, I guess it would have been done that way. I don't know. Anyway, it's an altered bag, and you can put goodies inside of it. There it is. Yeah, I'll do the back first. I was going to just write my name here on the back here, but I'm not sure I'll do that now, because I don't know what she wants to use this for. This paper I put on the front and the back. It's pretty little butterflies and sort of vintagey look. And I glued down the flaps. I opened it up a bit further so that it went right down the bottom once I realised it was supposed to be a card, so that another card can be actually fitted into this pocket, and glued down the sides. So that's that. I did it with a sepia archival ink, Ranger ink. I just went around and made it look a bit old and shabby. I did the top here with my mother's pinking shears. Now, the most wonderful thing. She had these when I was a child in the 50s. I mean, just look, they're so huge. Not like the plasticky things you get now. And they still work amazingly. And the same goes for her scissors. The matching pair, look. These were hers. And you know, they're really heavy steel. And you know, they work wonderfully. And it's wonderful to be crafting with, my mum's been gone for some years now. It's just wonderful to be crafting with things that she used when she was sewing and making clothes for us and when we were young. So, right, back to this again. So this is a beautiful image I got off the internet and I printed on paper. Then I Mod Podged over it to give it an old vintage look and also to add some strength to it. Here's this paper which is part of a collection, I'm not sure which one. Same as on the back. And then there's a little doily, what did it say, off a strip of trim actually. And I edged it, this piece here, in on this side and this side. I edged it in this very narrow, lovely little delicate lace. That's a part of a lace trim. That's satin ribbon, acrylic, 2 cream acrylic hearts, and this is a Prima flower, beautiful glitz all over it, gorgeous. There's a doily underneath it, which is a vintage doily. There's a piece of lace that I fanned out underneath it as well, and there's this lovely pink, peach lace, crochet lace down the side there, just which gives it that kind of peak look. So it takes away the kind of like the fact that it's a paper bag. So that's that one. Oh, and then I went round the edges and things with, again, with the archival sepia ink, Ranger ink. So I hope you like that. Oh, that's number 1. Number 2, I seem to be starting to forever alter dominoes now. This is my third altered domino, because I did 2 for Ruth Burr's challenge, which is still going on, ladies, so pop on over and check out Ruth Burr's challenge. Okay, so this was a domino, and where these 2 little pink beads were added, that's where the ghastly green, that was the number 2 domino, and they were bright green, so I covered them up. I put some lace, crochet lace there, and a tea stain lace in a lovely champagne colour, pearls across there. There's some lovely antique gold braid there. This was my first attempt at using that glossy stuff. I think you guys use glossy accents in America. I can't find that over here. What I found was Mod Podge Dimensional Magic, and it adds dimension. The rest of it's in Spanish, I think. So yeah, that it highlights and adds dimension to projects. So that was what I used, and it gives exactly the same effect. So I don't know whether you can see that, but there's a beautiful, looks like clear toffee. It's really lovely. You want to just keep touching them. Well, I do anyway. A little bit of lace across there, vintage lace across there. This is from my stash of unusual buttons, and I just clipped off the shank. I buy them whenever I see them, and that's a lovely bee. There's some Wild Orchid Craft roses on this. Little beads here on either side, and the little hanger, and the little tail. So that's my altered domino for you. I hope you can see that. Okay, I've never altered a cork, but my husband and I keep a pile of cork, a big glass stoppered bottle full of corks that we've used for special occasions over the years of our marriage. And you know, they've all got stuff on them because they don't use corks very often nowadays. They just, oh, there's just those. Those are the ones I pinched. He went, "Are you using our corks?" And I said, "Only the duplicates." So I was tempted actually to use this great big one. I really was. But then I thought, no, that might be cheating. So I chose one that was really decorative in itself. And this comes from my hometown of Napier, in New Zealand, a little bit further up the island than what I'm living now. And it's a vineyard, a winery estate called The Mission. It was formerly run by monks in the Victorian period, and this beautiful Victorian house is attached to it, and this is where it's now a guest house and a big restaurant, but they still have part of the winery, and it's still got vineyards. And it says here estate winery since 1851. Yeah, so it's just The Mission, goes around there. So I thought that was nice. Now, because it had all these lovely things on the cork, I didn't want to put it up that way, because then you wouldn't be able to see them. So I've altered it in this way. We've got 2 pink pearl hearts there, a little hanger thing there that we can hang it on. Little rosette. Now these rosettes were actually bright turquoise, and I tea stained them. I thought they'd come out kind of like a tea stain colour like everything else does, but no, they came out this gorgeous minty green. Isn't that amazing what you get with when you when you muck around with the stuff? So a little wok rose either end, and then I put on a dangly trim, which is I picked up in an op shop actually just last week, which is like sort of frosted clear beads rather than pearls, or iridescent beads rather than pearls. So to give the pearls a miss, I put those on instead. And then down here there's a wild orchid craft rose, one in darker pink and one in paler pink on the other side, and I put dangles. Now I don't actually make dangles, so I'm just starting to do it tentatively now. I just love them, but I don't have the right equipment. I've just got myself a pair of pliers, so that's my first bit, and some jump rings. So this one I put onto a jump ring up there, and that was actually an earring, just a single earring, and I only found the one. Beautiful, beautiful bead here with roses in it, absolutely gorgeous. And I only got that on Saturday. I found it in an op shop, so that was ideal. And then I bought a little packet of charms, and this is a little key. So that's probably the key to the wine cellar, Irene. So, you know, when you're feeling in the mood, you've got the key for the wine cellar. So there you go. That's my altered cork. And the reason I put those there, not only to add to the prettiness, but obviously to weight down this, so that it would be able to hang nicely. So that's it. What else? Okay, altered ticket. I've never seen tickets in New Zealand, or in the area, or in any of the craft shops that I live in, visit in my area. So again, I had to improvise, which we could do. I don't have a punch, so I couldn't do a plain one and punch these things out. So, but I found one of these in a packet of things that cardboard things that Irene, seriously scrapping in Australia, sent me for part of my prize winnings of one of her challenges last year. So I've used this. Got a pretty little bird already stamped on it. I went round the edges with a maroon sepia, a maroon ink, archival ink. Put the little ribbon on. I've tried to sort of like I've tried to use the same things in all of them, so they kind of like coordinate, if you know what I mean. That was, you know, sort of the same colour tones and things. So that's just that. This is one of my stamps. In fact, that stamp I think came from Lillian as part of my prize winnings in a recent challenge that she did. That's Lillian, that's Mystical Touch here in New Zealand. And as you can see, I put all the maroon vintage ink around the edge there. So that's that one. Now the last one was more challenging. That was the to do a tile, alter a tile. Well, you know, I didn't even know what a tile was. For me, a tile is a ceramic thing that you stick on the wall or on the fire hearth. But anyway, the tile that she was showing was very small. Well, I searched the craft shops and I couldn't find anything like that. The most things they had was Scrabble tiles, which were a lot smaller, and have got a hollow back. So she said we could make up our own, so I made up my own out of, I cut up a piece of thick sturdy cardboard, then I put paper on the back, which was a music sheet, and went around the edges with, again, I think this is the maroon or the sepia ink. Just went all around the edges with that. I added this, I've only just added this on because I thought, well, that looks nice and it makes it ready to use for something. Then I put the same music sheet on the front, went all around the edges with the same ink to give it that age look. Then I fussy cut a little cherub out of some things I had, paper collection I had, put it on there, and then I used this Mod Podge Dimensional Magic, and it didn't work quite so well this time. I should have claimed this as my first effort rather than the domino, because the domino ended up looking better. So there are a couple of, you know, bubbles. I did try not to get any. I didn't shake the bottle or anything, which it says not to do, because that causes bubbles evidently. But there are a couple. But you know, they just add to the antique age look, don't they? And then it looked a bit bare, and I couldn't think what to put on it. I don't want to put more flowers on it because I didn't have any flowers in the blue, which this has got. Well, the blue flowers I had were very dark blue, so I've just put pale blue baby blue daisies, cut them separately, and then put some little pearls and flat back pearls in each one, and then I put that onto it. So I thought that gave a nice effect. Okay, I think that's all 5. 1, 2, yeah. So there they are. That's that one there, and that one. That's that one. Counting them up here. They're all ready to post. I'm just hopefully that Irene will, Crafty Irene will send me oops, and that one there. Will send me her. There's that one. That's the altered bag. Will send me her address, and then I can get these into the post. But as I say, there's no huge rush. Okay. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Bye.